Okay, what do we got today? Today we have the 15-piece network installation toolkit. All right, let's just show you on the back what this consists of here. It is a 15-piece network installation toolkit. As I said, RJ11, modular plug crimp tool, punch down tool, 20 to 30 gauge wire stripper, adjustable utility knife, yes, Paris, 5 spare knife blades, RJ45 plugs, 2-in-1 reversible screwdriver, RJ11 cable tester tracker, and a molded plastic hard case for your convenience. Alright, so I bought this because I'm in a new rental house and it actually has Cat 5 wiring throughout the house. But on the ends of the wires, they're cut, and I need to actually strip them down, plug them into some connectors, and then actually test it to make sure I did this correctly. Now, I used to wire, I had a summer job when I was 16 wiring up cabling at high school, so I hopefully still remember how to do this. Now, I will need to get the wiring diagram. Okay, just so you guys can see. So I just wanted to go through each thing here, just make sure it works. So we got the punch down tool. I'm not going to need this, but there it is. It does punch down on my tile. Screwdriver feels okay. Not the best screwdriver I've ever had, I'll tell you that much. Be careful. This is like a wire cutter, I guess. Probably can even use it to splice if you wanted to. Be very careful with that, okay? That's a knife. Same with this. This is a blade. Okay, you be very careful. This is just a nice little blade here. Okay. And we have our wire stripper. I definitely will be using this. Feel pretty good. So far, everything feels pretty decent. Like I said, not the best quality I've ever had. This did cost me about 75 to 80 bucks. This crimp down tool feels pretty good. Let's say this is about a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. We have our connectors here. And our some headsets. It looks like it's for the wire tracer there. And our wire tracker, which you just connect in to some kind of power, it looks like. And both of these take 9-volt batteries on the back. So I'll get to that last. So first thing I'm gonna do is just head over to one end where my wire is located. We'll do is strip it down and then put the wires into the connectors, which I bought a whole bag of. And then we'll crimp it down and test it to make sure we did it right. Then I'll do the other end, test it, and I'll let you know what I feel about this case. So far, so good. All right, you guys stay tuned. Okay, everybody, now here's the wire I got that's running underneath here. I'm just gonna use this connector to attach it. I got this wire stripper that should be able to strip this fine. I gotta also look up the, actually I have another Ethernet cable. I'll just match the wires so I know that they're fine, and then test it and see if it's okay. All right, so from high school, I remember that if you go too far back, your wires are hanging out. And trust me, I had plenty that looked that way. So I'm just gonna match it right there. And I think I want the wires to stop about right there. So maybe a ½ an inch, maybe a little less. All right, I have plenty of slack, so I should be okay. If I end up cutting this. This might be too. Let me just try that and see. How about right there? No bueno. Okay, no bueno on you. Okay, there's a screw up top. I'm gonna have to use that to, oh no. There we go. It's stuck? Yeah. There we go.
I can't get out of here.
You can't get out of there.
No.
Okay, so there's all of our wires. Let me make sure that I'm zoomed in. And I think we're pretty good there. I think that's enough to slide in and not have any extra there. Now, let's just untie these. You got your greens, your blue, orange, and brown. I'm starting to come back to me a little bit. All right, so I got those separated, and I'll just use this as a reference and just make sure it's not a crossover cable, because I know those ones are a little bit different. And I'll match these up and slowly get these in one by one. Alright, I got the wiring diagram here. I don't know if you guys can see with my big hands in the way, but I'm just getting everything separated one at a time, like so. Okay, looks like everything's separated. Try to get these straight. And you want to make sure, from what I remember, you want to try to have all these nice and even. Okay, and what I'm going to do is actually cut these once they're all okay, just like that. I'm gonna do one wire cut right around the edge. Okay, and let me just cut all of them evenly.
Okay, here.
All right, that way I got a nice little even cut. Now, I probably should have had the wiring in the proper place before I did that, but I should be okay. Look at how those look. I think they look correct. All right, one last check. Just focusing the camera so you can see. All right, light orange, orange, light green, blue, light blue, solid green, light brown, brown. And like I said, when I say light brown, I just mean the one that's not solid. It's not actually light. Let me see if I can cut this off. That's fine. Okay, so next is the time we put the connector in. Let's see. All right, so it should be the back end, which is that color, yes. Slowly slide on into place. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm just going to check one more time. And then if it is correct, we'll go ahead and crimp it. Okay, and crimp this. Okay, I gotta remember. I think it just goes right in. Just like so. Okay, we're in. Make sure we're still in there. Everything looks good. And we're going down. Okay. Let's bring it out. Okay, nice and snug. Feels pretty good. Okay, so the cool part about this house is that it's got wiring built in that I don't think anyone ever used. And here are the cables. This one, oh, they're all labeled. Sweet. Labeling cables is awesome. So family room, I'll do the same thing that I did in the family room. Cut it, put it on, crimp it. Then we're gonna be able to test both ends, make sure they're okay. I hope they are. If not, we'll redo it, do it again. And then I might see if I can use also the wire tracker tool just to make sure that that it's the correct wire. So pretty much testing mostly everything that's in here except for the punch down and the razors and stuff. You don't need to really test that. Okay, so let's get that done and we'll move on. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, just a little. Actually, here, wrong place. Just just a little extra there. And let's see, I'm just gonna push it down myself. Actually, might not need to. Perfect. Okay, wire's on, crimped. We are good to go. Now let's plug in our tester and see if I did this right on the first time. Fingers crossed. Okay, so both ends are connected and on. Let's just go to test, verify, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay, so I got a couple of them that are not fully pressed in, so I will have to redo those. So I got 2, 5, 7 are correct, so I'll have to redo those. It happens. Let me check the other one. Okay, round 2. After I messed up that first one, I found out that I put the connector in on the wrong end of the crimper. I stuck it in on this way when I should have did it that way. So I don't think it was the wiring, it was actually me not crimping it correctly. Like I said, I'm rusty. Anyways, let's test. Oops, didn't even have it in all the way. Perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not flashing good, but I'm not too worried about that as long as all 8 are good. Now I need to check the one in the living room again and make sure that one was correct, and I didn't put that one backwards as well. And then we'll go ahead and get this connected to the switch, and we're all done.
All done?
Okay, one in the living room, flashing all 8 as well. I don't know if that G is for good or ground, but yeah, doesn't work with the cable that was included. The cable that I know works does flash the G, so I'll look in the manual. I did not read that at all, but I don't care. 1 through 8 is looking good, and so far so good. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is test the wire tracer. So it's already on there, but so instead of test, we're gonna go to scan. I have my wire already placed in, and I'm gonna bring this other end and make sure that's on. And you'll just press the button so we can hear it now, so we know we're close to the wire. But will it sound and work on the other end of the wire that we have connected? And if it does, this thing works. So let's go test that. So while that one's there, we're gonna go to the other side. Okay, so those are our other end of the wire there. Let's get near and we hear it. So we know for sure this is the family room wire, which it was labeled, but it is good to test. And we know that the cables are all lighting and they work. Okay, last thing, like I said, I'm just gonna plug this in, this switch in on the other line, and then we'll plug this into some device and see if we get a signal. And this video's over, guys. I'm very pleased so far. All right, excuse my mess. All right, so the black cable is coming from my one of my routers there, the Linksys Velop at the bottom. And the other end is our red cable, which is going to the family room. So now we just need to plug in to the family room and see if we have internet, and then we will be good to go. Let's go check. All right, this is our last test here. I just plugged in the red Ethernet cable into the side of the laptop, made sure wireless is disabled, and it is. All right, so I just went to speedtest.net. Just want to do a little test there. Wow, looking good. So we are wired in. All right, guys, so far so good. All right, let's just do the wrap up. All right, so this is the final wrap up. I gotta say the InstallerParts toolkit is really good. It's everything you're gonna need for home service, small business type of stuff. It's probably not for, you know, industry grade, but you know, if you're a guy like me who rarely uses this kind of stuff, just for home, small business kind of stuff, you're gonna be fine. So all the tools work perfectly fine. I was especially surprised that the wire toner thing, whatever, worked, because I've had experience with those before that they're a hit and miss. These things work absolutely great. The crimper was fine. I'm the one that put it in the wrong way, which caused the issue there. The connectors work. I even used the blade here to slice the wires around. They were fine. I didn't need this one. I've cut multiple wires about 3 or 4 times because I messed up a couple times. They cut perfectly fine. Screwdrivers, whatever, it'll work. Punch down, I did not test that, but I'm pretty sure it works. It feels really good. So for about $89 is what I paid. It's a really good set. Now pros and cons. Pros, everything works pretty good. Build quality, I'd say, is about a 7. It's not, you know, like I said, it's not industry grade, but still a really great set. I wish the price was about $15 to $20 cheaper, but everything does work and it's really solid, and it has a really nice carrying case. So I will be using this, you know, in the future as well. So, gotta say it again, guys. I'll put the link in the description. But InstallerParts, you did well, and I'm a happy man. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.